when Regine reached out to me about paying $500 for a babysitter. Was that the truth?
No, she wanted to pocket that money. She was trying to milk you. She was trying to blackmail you. She said if you pay her the $500, then she was gonna drop the child support. She would tell me this. We talk every single day, and I was trying to tell you, why is you using that man like that? That's that man's daughter. Why is you trying to do him like that? He's trying to work with you. I'm her father, but I wouldn't want to see my granddaughter raised by her. What's she trying to do?
So, Mr. Bell, your child is Miss Montgomery?
That's right, ma'am. That's right, Judge.
What specifically did you witness?
You hold a child up by her hand like this and you spank that butt to try to make her stop.
A 1-year-old?
That's what I said. Oh, she just spanked her a couple of times, even in the house.
Oh, we got a family court case for you here today, guys. Strap in, buckle up, and pay attention. This one is going to be good. What we have here today is a mother being exposed for her child support scam by her own father. Yeah, the grandfather of the child is exposing all. The scammer's father is done with her abusing of the legal system, the court system, in order to exact revenge on the baby's father. And it takes a certain class of a man to step up and even throw his own flesh and blood, his own daughter, underneath the bus because he wants the truth. Accountability hits different when it comes from your own blood. Now, I'll also say the end of this video, if there's something else that happens in there, and that is going to cause for even further discussion from us. So let's get active on this one. Without further ado.
41 on the docket calls 2503498, a non-agreed CSRP paternity action filed by the state. Will the parties and the witness please raise their right hands?
Now, before we get in this is the baby mother. This is the young man that got her pregnant. And this fellow on the bottom left is the baby mother's father. Let's proceed.
You do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I will.
Yes.
And Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Okay, all three of you can put your hands down. Starting with Mr. Walker, please state your first and last name for the record.
Walker.
And ma'am, Ms. Montgomery, please state your first and last name for the record.
Regine Montgomery.
And Mr. Bell, would you please state your first and last name for the record?
Lionel Bell.
And counsel for the state.
Jessica Brown Mitchell with the Office of the Attorney General.
Okay, at this point, Mr. Bell, I'm just going to mute you until you're called as a witness. Walker and Montgomery is going to stay unmuted. Okay, the court will take judicial notice of a non-agreed CSRP that was filed by the state. DNA was ordered on September the 5th, 2025. Court will take judicial notice of the DNA results filed into the record on October the 17th, 2025. Where Mr. Walker is the father of the child subject to this case. All right, counsel for the state, you say this is a hearing. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. As previously stated, there was a child support review conference held on February 12, 2025, in which Ms. Montgomery did participate and sign off on that proposed order. However, Mr. Walker did not participate. Ms. Montgomery has requested today some amendments to that proposed order, and Mr. Walker is not in agreement with any terms of that proposed order, Your Honor. So I would like to read the state's amended proposed order into the record before I take testimony.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's proposed order is that there be no finding of family violence, no non-disclosures included, that the parties be named joint managing conservators of the child, and that Ms. Montgomery have no geographic restriction as to where she can live with the child, that Mr. Walker would have visitation with the child 1 weekend per month on Saturday, Sundays from 12 noon to 6 p.m. unsupervised until the child reaches the age of 3, and then that Mr. Walker would have a standard visitation schedule for parties living more than 100 miles apart at that time. The state also proposes that Mr. Walker would pay cash medical support of $322 per month beginning May 1st, 2025, that Ms. Montgomery would maintain the child's health and dental coverage through the marketplace, that Mr. Walker will pay cash dental support of $16 per month, also beginning May 1st, 2025, that Mr. Walker would pay current child support of $949 per month, also beginning May 1st, 2025, that there be a retroactive child support judgment from January 7th, 2024 to April 30th, 2025 in the amount of $14,766.00, and that Mr. Walker will pay that back by paying $124 per month, also beginning May 1st, 2025, that there be no retroactive medical support or dental support judgments, and that court costs would be assessed to Mr. Walker 60 days from today. So I would like to start by calling Ms. Montgomery. Ms. Montgomery, what is the name of the child that is subject of this case?
Khaleesi Yvonne Montgomery.
And how old is she?
She is 1 year and 10 months.
Did you hear the state's amended proposed order that I read into the record?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in agreement with each and every term of that proposed order?
Yes.
Okay. And do you believe that this would be in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
Okay. Is it in fact correct that there has not been a pattern or history of family violence between you and Mr. Walker?
Correct.
Is it also correct that you are not requesting a non-disclosure of your phone number, address, email information in this order?
Correct.
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
As far as visitation is concerned, when did you said the child is 1 year and 10 months old, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When did Mr. Walker meet the child in person for the first time?
September 18th. It was on a Saturday on the weekend.
September 18th of what year?
2025, this year.
Okay. So essentially 2 months ago, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any, since he has met the child, have you allowed him to visit with the child?
Yes.
Okay. And when did he visit with the child?
This was October 14th through the 18th.
Okay. And did he take the child for overnight visits on his own?
Yes.
Okay. And it sounds like you do not have any safety concerns with him visiting with the child. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. Pass the witness, and I would like to call Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker, did you receive a copy of the DNA results confirming that you are the father of the child subject of this case?
Yes.
Okay. Did you also hear the state's proposed amended order that I read into the record moments ago?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in agreement with each and every term of that proposed order?
No.
Okay. Could you tell the court specifically which parts of that proposed order you do not agree with?
Seems relatively normal at this point, right? No drama around getting the DNA test, right? And, good sign. But did you pick up that the man only met his child 2 months ago? The baby is already over a year old. So that detail alone raises some questions, and we're about to uncover the answers to those questions. Let's go.
The initial child support for 945, if I'm not right. Yeah.
Okay. Only the child support is what you don't agree with?
No, I'm just stating one by one. So that, and also Regine being the custodial parent for Khaleesi.
Okay. So are you saying that you're wanting to be the custodial parent of the child?
Yes, please.
Okay. So the conservatorship, essentially the visitation, if you're wanting to be the primary parent, and the child support, correct?
Yes, please.
So
Okay.
why are you requesting, and you've met the child just once and kept the child since October? Why are you requesting to be the custodial parent?
Okay. So from the day that she was pregnant and to the day that she gave birth last year, I wasn't in the United States. I was back home for 9 months when my mom was medically ill, that she almost lost her life. So I was back home.
What's back home? Where's that?
Ghana. I was in Ghana, Africa, yeah. Visiting my mom because she was ill. So I was...
So get to the point of, why should I remove this child who's lived with her mother her entire life and you've only met her twice, for you to have custody?
Yes.
That's my question.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Because I do not believe that Regine would be the best mom or to take care of Khaleesi, raising her, because of how she treats Khaleesi. And also...
be specific. Be specific. What do you mean, how does she treat her? Be specific.
Well, I was visiting her last in September, and then she was disciplining the child, whooping her. And also she lied to me about paying daycare, and that was a lie. So the fund that she requested from me to pay for daycare, she wasn't using it for daycare.
Okay. Next question, Ms. Brown-Mitchell.
Okay. You live in San Antonio, is that correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. So if this court were to make you the custodial parent, essentially the child would be moving far away from home to live with you in San Antonio. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. You said you are not in agreement with the child support. Do you have any other biological children under the age of 18?
No, please.
Okay. Do you pay any union dues?
No, please.
Okay. And so do you understand that child support is a mathematical calculation based on your income and giving you credit for things like union dues and other children not before the court?
Yes, please.
Okay. Pass the witness, and I will defer to the court regarding all of the terms of this proposed order, Judge.
All right. Whose witness is Mr. Bell?
My witness.
Okay. Do you want to call Mr. Bell?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Mr. Bell, unmute yourself.
All right. Now, before this father begins to cook, if you want primary custody, you're going to have to come with a little bit more than just accusations. If you have accusations of abuse, you got to show some documentations, a police report, some receipts, some photos. If you have accusations of her not utilizing the child support adequately, you also should have some form of receipts as well. Without any of that, you will continue to fight an uphill battle, even though you're trying to step up and do what's right by the child. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because normally the father of the mother is supposed to be up on the side, right? Blood is thicker than water. But things have gotten so bad that the father needs to speak up. Let's go.
Mr. Bell, can you hear me, sir? Unmute yourself. Okay. All right. Now, Mr. Walker, it's not a conversation to Mr. Bell. You have to ask him questions. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You may proceed with your questions for Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell, with you being a witness from the day that you were leaving with Regine, what did you notice and activities during your visit?
Guys spending nights over there, leaving out of the bedroom in the mornings. Very disrespectful. She keeps the nastiest house in the world. She stole from me. I seen stuff that, no, I'm her father, but I wouldn't want to see my granddaughter raised by her. What's she trying to do?
So, Mr. Bell, your child is Miss Montgomery?
That's right, ma'am. That's right, Judge.
All right.
That's right, Judge.
All right. Go ahead. Wait, Miss Montgomery. Wait 1 second. You're going to get to ask him questions, Miss Montgomery. He's the witness right now. Okay, so
when your own father insinuates that you's a hoe, yeah, you gotta believe him, baby. You want to talk about a strong witness, all right? Can you imagine? And think about how embarrassing this is as a man, knowing that you raised a 304 daughter, but also think about wanting to turn back the clock in order to ensure that your granddaughter doesn't experience the same type of outcomes or results that your daughter has experienced. So you want to get your granddaughter out of the household into the hands of the father that is more equipped. And this is something that I thought about, to have a baby with a man that you are not in a relationship, not married to, and this guy is back and forth from Ghana and he barely speaks English well, right? Like, look at the collar on this boy's shirt. First of all, put a damn undershirt on, my guy. Second, I hate this disco collar that young men do. I'm getting off topic. Did you also notice that the 304 mom has a photo of herself in her virtual background? This is the sort of self-love and self-aggrandizing that I will often see 304s delusionally do. But let us proceed.
To show the disrespect that she showed me to have a child raised up by her? No, I only been with him. I talked with Duke 3-4 months ago. We getting to know each other so we can meet each other in person, so we can know each other. We finally met when I was down there in October.
Objection, unresponsive.
Sustained. Okay, make sure you're just answering the question. So you're saying there's men that are not, that she's not married to a significant other coming in and out, and the home is kept unsanitary. Is there any other reason why you believe that your daughter shouldn't have custody of the baby?
I don't think she can do it. I know she can't do it. She can't take care of Khaleesi by herself. She can't. She hunts down babysitters. She can't afford the daycare. She tried to pump him out. I was going to live down there with her to take care, to do the babysitting. But after what she did to me, no. So when I'm seeing what she did in them 20 days of what she was doing, the activities, no. No, ma'am, I wouldn't want my granddaughter raised by her own mother. No. And that's on the Bible. I put my hand on the Bible.
So did you discuss whatever you thought was inappropriate with your daughter?
When she raised her voice at me the third day before I left, God knows he must have held me back and put my hands on, so I didn't say nothing for 3 days. I didn't eat nothing for 3 days. When she dropped me off at the Greyhound, she got my bag. She helped me get my bags out. I just sat on the curb. She thought I was going to come back to the car and hug and say goodbye. No, that's how mad I was.
Your Honor, I have some questions for the witness.
Okay, but Mr. Walker hasn't finished his question.
Was that the sister
Mr.
code?
Walker, next question of Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell, when Regine reached out to me about paying $500 for a babysitter, was that the truth?
No, she wanted to pocket that money. She was trying to milk you. She was trying to blackmail you. She said if you pay her the $500, then she was going to drop the child support. She would tell me this. We talked every single day. And I was trying to tell you, why is you using that man like that? That's that man's daughter. Why are you trying to do him like that? He's trying to work with you, but you trying to milk him. Plus, you're going to take him to child support and they're going to tell the judge this and that about him. He not taking care of his child. That's wrong. But do she listen to her dad? No. But I'm going to tell you the truth.
Next question, Mr. Walker.
My man. The sister code cyclone is spinning on the top of the young bald man to the right over here in a way to suggest halting the conversation of the father that is going in on the reality of the situation. But how wild of a person do you have to be to your own father to say, hell no, I would rather have a man that I just met raise my granddaughter than you, because you are out of control. Now, of course, I'd love to dive down deep in regards to his influence of the mother growing up. And I'm likely to believe that he was not a staple within her life. And I would just want to know why, because he obviously stands on business. He obviously ain't with the so how did she get like this?
Lionel, when you were there and I was there visiting Miss Khaleesi, how was she treating Khaleesi, disciplining her with the bare arms?
Like how Ray Jane treat her.
Mm.
I don't like how she treats her.
Mm. She's a
You talking
paycheck.
about how Ray Jane treat her or how you treat her?
How Regine treated her, beating her.
Did you notice inappropriate discipline or treatment towards your grandchild? He's asking you from your daughter.
Yes, she said yes.
Mm.
She said we're down at the party. Yes.
What specifically did you
When you
witness?
hold a child up by a hand like this and you spank that butt to try to make her stop.
A 1-year-old.
That's what I think. Oh, she done spanked her a couple of times, even in the house. When Khaleesi had done something, or she didn't grab the phone or something, she done spanked her.
Okay. Next question, Mr. Walker.
For the past few months that I've been sending her money for Khaleesi, did she utilize the money for Khaleesi needs?
No.
Objection, calls for speculation.
How do you know? Overruled, Mr. Bell.
I was down there.
Shout out to the judge. This is the attorney general. She's not supposed to be the lawyer for this young lady, but we want to know what he thinks about this. So it is not speculation. It's what he's reporting to you. Now, it would be good if they had evidence of this, receipts of all of this, but shout out to Judge Maya for overruling her objection. The sister code runs deep, baby.
Okay,
Even
and
in the
what
court
did you-
system.
How did you know that none of the support went for the support of the child?
Because she did the same with my money when I had to ship to her Cashapp. She didn't never give you the money. She just went and bought gas. She went to the restaurant. Then she take off at night. She goes and party. Khaleesi's not with her. We not going to like McDonald's so I can enjoy being with my granddaughter, someplace where I can play with her, enjoy. No. The money I had sent to Cashapp to her card because I ran out of money spending on her. She did the same thing with his money with my money. She spent it on herself. That's why I don't never want to talk to her no more.
Mr. Walker?
Okay, my last question. What activities was going on in and out with other males in the house during the visit?
When you living in your parents' house or you have your parents visiting you, it would be rude of you, if you're not married, to have guys in and out.
Objection, unresponsive.
Overruled.
Yeah, shut up.
Mr. Bell.
Shut up.
Have guys in and out. I wake up, now I go to bed. Khaleesi and Regine went in the bedroom. I wake up because I get up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Here come a guy coming out of her bedroom. It's not one guy. This wasn't the second day. It was the third day. I got a picture of the last guy. I got a picture of just to show him. I said, I'm not lying to you. Here go a picture.
And again, Mr. Bell, you discussed that with your daughter, Miss Montgomery?
No.
Okay. So you
Like
didn't
I told you,
address
remember I
that
told
why-
you.
Okay,
remember I
because
told you I was-
wait 1 second. One
I'm sorry,
second.
I'm sorry.
So you didn't
I'm sorry.
address that because previously when you were talking to her, she hollered at you. So you just witnessed it. You didn't discuss it anymore with her, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Walker, any other questions?
No, please. That's all.
Okay, so Miss Montgomery, I'm gonna put Mr. Walker on mute. Miss Montgomery, you can unmute and you can ask your father questions. They have to be questions, not a conversation. Go ahead, Miss Montgomery.
Lionel Bell, are you my biological father?
Yes, I am.
Do you have court statements stating that?
Do I have what?
Do you have court documents stating that you are my biological father?
For what? What I need them for?
Can you please answer the question, please?
What do I need them for?
Okay,
You know when
do
you
not
was-
do, Mr. Bell, do
Okay,
not.
I understand. I understand.
Mr. Bell,
Sorry.
calm down. Do not ask her questions back. She's
Okay.
asking you, do you have any legal documents showing that you're her biological father? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, next question, Ms. Montgomery.
Make DNA testing mandatory at birth. And that would have not even been a question. All right.
Have you been a part of my life for the past 25 years?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Are you in agreement with what Duke Walker has spoken to the court today?
Exactly.
May you elaborate with full, complete details?
No, I can't.
You witnessed that there were altercations between my daughter and I.
Yes.
Can you please communicate that considerable time frame as to when that occurred?
No dates and time. No, I don't. All I know is in October, between the dates of the 3rd to the 20th when I left. I'm 66 years old, and my memory is not all that good, but I know.
Thank you. Next question. Are you an active grandfather?
Yes.
At what point have you played the grandfather role?
How would you? I mean, why should I answer that?
Next question.
Wait, stop, Ms. Montgomery. Mr. Bell, because you're a witness and she has a right legally to ask you questions.
That's she asking me stuff that if I'm not her father, she's trying to say I'm not her father. Why is she trying to get into other business? Have I been in her life 25 years? If I haven't been in her life for 25 years, why do you want to know what's been in my life? And she already know. But anyway, man, I'm sorry for disrespecting your court. I'm sorry. I just looking at her just got me upset.
Okay, so I need you to calm
down.
And
okay, could you not show me her video? I mean, you can.
I'm gonna have to show you her video. It's my court, and I want to see the witnesses. So no, I won't be able to oblige your request of not looking at your daughter. What's your next question, Ms. Montgomery?
Him getting emotional during that questioning is not helping this whatsoever. You must hold frame. She's asking you these questions in order to bring up reasonable doubt. And in fact, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this. To me, she's reading something and I'm seeing the court reporter over here typing shit. I don't know. Could it be? She's giving her some questions to ask. I'm sorry. I said court reporter. I meant the attorney general. Y'all know what I meant. Anyway, let's listen to a little more.
Thank you. Can you elaborate as to why I am an unfit mother?
Because you're a thief. You lies. You can't even take care of yourself. You forgot. You was a foster child. Your mama was a crackhead that you had crack in your system.
Look at.
Something must be still wrong with you. Offer you $500 to take your teacher certificate test. Did you want to do that? You still don't want to do that. You stole from me.
Thank you. And what does my mothering skills have to do with me raising my daughter? Can you elaborate?
Because you just like her. You coming to be just like her.
What does my mothering skills have to do with raising my daughter is a wild question, ma'am. Literally, absolutely everything to do with raising your daughter. Below room temperature IQ. By the way, your job, I keep on going back to this woman. You are supposed to remain emotionless throughout this as not to sway anything that is happening. You're supposed to be impartial. Remember? Let's go.
Your Honor, that's all the questions I have for the court, for the witness.
Poorly done, young lady.
Mitchell.
Mr. Bell, you just testified that you have not been a part of your daughter, Miss Montgomery's life for the last 25 years. Is that correct?
The last time I've been in her life, I've been in her life for the last 3 years. The 25 years went from the time from the time she was born, 1999, November the 20th, up until 3 years ago when she contacted me. We've been talking on and off. And I went to visit her 5 days,
Objection.
2 years ago.
Everything. Okay. Please just answer the question.
Overruled. You asked about the relationship.
Right.
He's telling you. Go ahead. Overruled. Go ahead, Mr. Bell.
She is so unprofessional. It's actually crazy.
Okay.
She was born.
That's what they mean when they say DEI.
1999 until 3 years ago. 3 years ago, that's exactly 25 years I haven't seen her. So for the last 3 years, when she was 21, because she contacted me 3 years ago. Want to get into my life. She wanted to bond. We've been talking ever since. 2 years ago, I flew down there and visited for 5 days. And then this is the second time I'm visiting her.
Okay, Mr. Bell.
Next
So my
question is Brown Mitchell.
Yeah. So you agree that it was 25 years. That's what I was asking you. You said that it had been 25 years that you were not in her life. So you're saying that is correct. Is that correct?
Yes, I wasn't in her life the first 25 years.
That makes sense.
First 23 years.
Okay. Next question, Ms. Brown Mitchell. Time has, but go ahead.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Can I have another 10 minutes?
Go ahead.
You said you've been in and out of her life for the last 3 years. Is that correct?
I've been in her life for the last 3 years.
Okay. So the incidents is that.
Okay. All right. So the twist that I was talking about is that the Judge Maya, decided to cut off the live stream at this point. Now, is that due to the unprofessional nature of the Attorney General? Potentially. Could it be due to that the father was getting hot-headed and emotional? Could be as well, although I think that that's less likely. Could it be that the mother of the child, the proposed scammer, was losing the case? Even less likely than that, right? Because the judge kept on overruling the brazen attempts from the Attorney General. But yeah, one of the comments that I said is that, in looking at the unprofessional nature of that OAG, right? This goes into what people, they make comments about, DEI lawyers and stuff like that. It's like, how did you get this position? And it pains me as a man already being at the disposal of the family court system. And you have those in there that strategically placed in order to not be on your side, to reduce the likelihood of your success. But this content also reminds me, all of my young G's out there, man, if you're not ready to be a father, please wrap it up, right? Stop going raw dog on these women that that you don't really even like that. My guess is that that's what Lionel did. And now look at what he has created. He created her biologically, even though she's asking him for the documents of that. He believes that he's the father, but he wasn't in her life until self-admittedly 3 years ago. So he's gotten beyond the time period to help shape and craft and mold. And the fact is that she is a product of what she saw growing up. What she currently demonstrates to her daughter is what her mother demonstrated towards her. And at the end of the day, you can accuse her mother of being on drugs and a crackhead, but you stuck your eggplant in a crackhead, right? And I gotta hold the line there. I gotta hold you responsible there. I don't know in depth what the situation actually was, but we gotta be able to talk about it. We gotta take our roles seriously. All right. That's both men and women. As a woman, you got to understand that motherhood requires a lot more than just biology. Motherhood requires mothering. I can't believe that she asked that question, by the way. All right. And then as a father, you have to be there. You have to be the foundation of the household. You have to be the structure. You have to be the frame, the support beams. You have to be the dirt underneath the foundation. You have to be there to establish order, all right? Because good outcomes are not a magic trick. It just doesn't just appear at the end of childhood into adulthood, all right? If you raise somebody without structure, they will live an unstructured life because they don't understand the consequences of it. And this is an example. I'm just glad that the truth showed up here today. And even if it came from her own father, it is what it is. You do wrong by people, whether that be friends or family, right? And then if they have a truth that they think would help the situation, well, then it is what it is. But it's just sad to think that this essentially comes from generational mistakes, and we need to stop the cycle. All right. All right, guys, let me know what you think down up in the comment box down below. By the way, if anyone knows how this court case concluded, feel free to send it to me. I got my email somewhere down in the description box down below. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Until next time, family. Peace.
So without further ado, MTR, cut through the BS like we in charge. No cap with the rappers like steel bars. I'm packing and rapping like here we are. Here we are. Mediocre tutorial reviews. Like, comment, share my views. Come up and I paid my dues. Big step in my black way shoes. MTR, he break it down, yeah, it's MTR. Check out the sound when it's MTR. No one put it down like it's MTR.